But yeah, so Chris, if you are ready, you can request that box. Everyone, if you're ready for an awesome show, put an emoji in the comments. Yeah, yeah. Chris, whenever you're ready. Chris Casper. If you know who Chris Casper is, put a 1 in the comments. And if you don't, you're going to learn today. Also, shout out to Every Day is Autumn. Chris, whenever you're ready, is there a new... Do I have to put the... There we go. This new update is awesome. Haven't learned all of it yet, but it's cool.
What's the new update? Because
Yeah,
I feel like I should definitely know that.
Welcome, Chris Casper, to Kickback.
It's nice to see you. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yes, thank you for being here. So,
Absolutely.
it's great to have you. How long have you been with the Meet Me app for?
How long have I been on Meet Me, or how long have I been with the Meet group?
The Meet Me and the Meet group.
Okay, so I've been on Meet Me before even doing streaming. So I would say 2016, maybe 2017, I had downloaded it. And then it's September 20th, 2018 was the first stream of the streaming career I've done now. So I had streamed a couple times before September 18th, but it wasn't anywhere near as serious as like obviously the run that ended up happening after.
Right.
September.
Were you nervous to stream? Was it like something that you were interested in doing?
Streaming back then wasn't anything like what it is now, like at all. In fact, there wasn't even a box. So it was just you hit go live and you're there, and that's it. No, I mean, even once things started to kick up, not really. I've always done things that involve public speaking or being in front of crowds. I owned a DJ business, so I spoke frequently in front of large groups during was arguably one of the most important days to someone. So nice. I have quite a bit of experience with public speaking. So yeah,
that's really cool. So one of the big things on Kickback is we like to get to know our special guests. Everyone has things they're passionate about and all that, but where's your favorite place that you've traveled to?
So I have a saying that I live by, and it goes like this: it's not about where it's at, it's who it's with. I'm not too big of a traveler. I do travel. I've been to a lot of places. I've never been outside of the country. I would say that the best experiences I've had really weren't because of where I went. It was because of the people that I was with. So there's some spots that I've traveled to with my family. We frequently will visit the Keys in Florida or Sarasota, things like that. And then Playlist in Orlando. It's always life-changing, especially if it's your first time. So I definitely recommend those things. Those would probably be like the most memorable trips. I had anyway, rabbit hole. You lead this conversation, but yeah, I would say that those have been like my favorite things that I've done.
No, that's awesome. And for those that don't know, Playlist is like a huge, kind of like a convention festival type thing.
Yeah.
Where so many different apps, people from it, they link up, and there's I'm excited to go to my first one. I was nervous, but the next one they have, I'm super excited to do. And if you guys are just tuning in, this is Kickback with Ohhey. Chris Casper is our very special guest. So we have a lot of musicians that come to this show. What is your favorite type of music?
So that's a brutal question for me, because so many people I know give the answer, I listen to all kinds of music, but I truthfully really do. It comes with the business of being a DJ that I have to know a lot of music. And then outside of that, I just grew up in a very diverse household. So I'm half Mexican, and my dad and mom had me very, very young. And so growing up, I would hear a lot of Tejano music, reggaeton, but I'd also hear a lot of gangster rap and rap in general. My dad played a lot of metal as well. So he'd play metal, he'd play a lot of old school rap and hip hop. But then they were also very into pop music. My dad collected tapes and CDs. So as a kid growing up, I had endless music, access to music, and he'd keep a CD changer in his car. And every week, like Tuesdays or whenever the new CDs would drop, he would go to Best Buy, Circuit City, whatever, FYE, and he would just buy a stack of CDs like this big. And he'd always at least get 6 so that he could swap out every CD in the car. So I was just bombarded with new music all the time as a kid. And then my grandparents, they play a lot of stuff from like the 60s. And I got into electronic music on my own when I was a teenager. So it just, I like live and breathe music. It's just so much part of my life, and I'm gonna just stop there.
That's awesome. No, that's so cool. Okay, and there's a follow-up question for this, which is a very important question. But if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
One without negative repercussions. So like whatever, one wouldn't get me into trouble. Because I feel like superpowers would get a lot of people into trouble. Maybe mine would be boring. Something like that.
Flying is kind of not, maybe it could get in trouble. Okay.
Right. So like there's those Dijins where like the old Dijin stories where you make a wish and you get what you wish for, but you didn't wish for it properly, or it comes with other consequences. Like, so for example, you wish you could fly, but just because you can fly doesn't mean you can breathe at elevated levels. It's like you pass out, plummet to your like doom, right? So I'm just gonna make a superpower where I don't have negative repercussions.
There you go. I like that. Okay, Marvel. Have to choose Marvel or DC.
Marvel.
Okay.
It's not even because of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I grew up watching Spider-Man the animated series. I was really, really big into that. I'd say that's probably actually why I like Spider-Man the animated series was a pretty big deal. X-Men too, the old X-Men animated series was really big for me. And then I grew up reading comics too. So I collected, I think I may still have it laying around here. First edition copy of Spawn. Spawn's my favorite anti-hero. So I really like Spawn. He's kind of like, if you're not familiar with an anti-hero, like Deadpool's an anti-hero. The Punisher's an anti-hero. Both Marvel characters.
Have you been to any New York Comic Cons?
I have not.
Amazing. I went 2018 was my first one. It was incredible. It was so cool. So if you guys are just tuning in, this is Kickback with ohhey. Chris Casper is our very special first guest of the evening. What did you want to be when you were little, when you grew up?
I wanted to be an archaeologist.
No way.
Yeah.
That's fun.
From the age of 2, 3, whatever, until probably 10 or 11, 12, somewhere in there, I wanted to be an archaeologist. I wanted to find and discover dinosaur bones and fossils and uncover things. That was something I was really interested in. And then when I was in middle school, I wanted to become an actor. I wanted to do that. So I worked in a modeling company starting in 2nd grade. I worked with Taylor Lautner, if you know who he is. He's from the Twilight series. He was in the same agency as me. He and I never directly did work together, but we were still signed at the same time doing shoots and that kind of stuff. And I was discovered in a department store. So the story goes is I was looking at crystals in a department store. Do you know those like Swarovski crystals?
Like the little
Yeah, those figurines, right? So I was looking at those, and my mom had gone to grab some clothes or something, and there was this person who I thought was a retail associate, and I said to her, "How do you think they make those?" And she said, "I don't know. How do you think they make those?" And I started talking with her, and I didn't think anything of it because I thought she worked there. And then she said, "Where's your mom?" And then like all the stranger danger things went off. I was like, I shouldn't be talking to her, because it was the 2nd grade, as a little kid. And it turned out she was the marketing director for the talent agency. And she's like, "I want your son to come and do a tryout." And myself and one other person were selected to be in it. And I did that from 2nd grade all the way through high school. And so I did like commercials and that stuff. That was my first little slice of having some limelight, and I was addicted ever since.
And was that something that you wanted to do, or like your mom was like, "Yeah, you're doing this"?
No. Like we didn't expect much of it, like there's a lot of people in those casting calls. But no, I mean, like there's a lot of people in those casting calls, and and she had never like wanted to push me into something like that. It just so happened that I was there at that time and had the right opportunity, and it was incredible. I'm thankful for it to this day.
That's really cool. What was your favorite experience doing that?
Oh gosh. Um I think getting to see the behind the scenes production, getting to know like what actually happens behind a camera and the things like that happen, that kind of stuff is really cool.
For sure, for sure. So
Mm.
now you're part of the Meet Me group. Um, what's your favorite part of that? Of working with
Yeah, being part of the meet group is an amazing experience. I would say my favorite part is seeing the evolution of the live culture and being able to be part of it. And seeing the connection. So like I tie in the friendships and things that people are, that I would make that part of it.
right?
But that you can't replace the connections that you make. You can't replace seeing the friendships and relationships that people make. So that's I'll probably say that's my favorite part.
That's awesome. What would you say is like the hardest part of your job?
Separating myself, keeping it professional versus personal. So I develop a lot of personal relationships with people on the platform, and I had personal relationships prior to working for the Meet Group. A lot of people these days, it's going to be 2 years come May that I'll work here, and that's dinosaur in the world of streaming. People, they have a super high turnover rate. So there's a lot of people who don't even know that I was a streamer or started out as a streamer.
Right.
So I would say the hardest part is sometimes it's tough to draw that line or be able to remember like this is, there's a line. There's just like a line, and definitely the hardest part is I want to be able to open up or talk about certain things with people, and I have to play a lot of myself close to my chest, very close to my chest, because it comes with a lot of risks and liabilities and dangers, and I always have to keep in mind like what's the macro thing that's happening here. How could this negatively impact or reflect not only myself but potentially like the business. I feel a super long answer here, but I feel very privileged that I get to do like the rundown. And could you imagine if during the rundown I like let an F-bomb slip, or I said something that was interpreted as derogatory or something like that? Like that's a big deal. So it's that's a hard part.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand. It's just for sure staying professional, and even in your personal stream, you know what I mean?
That's so tough too, because as a streamer, I like to pull the 1-2 punch. Like I will pull a joke, and I like to get some of my humor can get crude or crass, and that was just kind of the flavor of who I was as a streamer. It was not ever. I always say laughter is never at the expense of another person, but the humor that I make could be like crass or like kind of like suggestive, and I don't make those types of jokes when I go live anymore, because that is going to be taken out of context, posted somewhere, and now I serve as a representation of what is or is not appropriate. And because I've done something, that just opens the floodgates to be like, well, but Chris is out here doing that. What do you mean I can't do it, right? So it's an important thing.
In a way, it's like you're kind of like the face of Meet Me, at least from my perspective.
That's nice of you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. So speaking of the rundown, you have the rundown and suited up. Can you tell us a little bit about those shows?
Yeah, Suited Up was started 2019. 2019 is when we started it. It was the first show ever. It was the first of the batch of the initial shows. So the initial shows were Name That Tune with Maddie Sings. There was what else? Holly's show didn't come until later. There was mine. There was the Idol show that came relatively early. But anyway, you get the idea. The idea of the show is that it was an interview style show. At the time, it just seems like normal that there would be something that is formally set up, that there's a game plan with the stream. But prior to that, there was a different featured show program. And I'll give you all a little history here. So it used to be that as a top badge, you could apply once a month to have 2 hours where you were featured. And you had to pitch what it was you were going to do. And you could do that up to once a month. Every top badge had a chance for this. The issue is that a lot of streamers would say they were going to do something, or they'd do like the absolute minimum, like for a pitch, they'd be like, it's going to be a music hour or whatever. And then they just get up there and just sit there, and it would be a normal live stream, except they would be pinned to the very top. There were no banners. There was no decoration that said featured. But I thought that there was a lot of opportunity there, that, well, if they really want to lean into this concept, let's do it right. And so I wrote a proposal, and that was like the beginning steps to even me being officially part of the Meet Group. And so Suited Up's been going on since 2019. And then the Rundown was one of the very first things that I asked to take over when I joined the Meet Group, because it used to be that we had Talent Team Thursdays. And Talent Team Thursdays was just like a quick hi, but the deal was we still gave badges out on Friday. So we would announce the badges from the past Friday on the Thursday, only to have new badges the next day. And no one knew who got their badge. So it was always a big scavenger hunt to see who got their badge, who's on the list, what changed. And so doing the Rundown and making the official like top badge ceremony was one of my initial goals when I started.
Right, which is super cool. You guys have to check out his shows. So going to other people's streams, what is your favorite content that you like to see when you are visiting people?
Let me give thought to this. Give me 2 seconds, because I don't want to just like make something up that I don't mean.
And if you guys are just tuning in, this is Kickback with ohhey. I'm ohhey. Every Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern, we have special guests showcasing talents or passions. Tonight we have Chris Casper. Yes,
that's a good plug in the comments. I would say, honestly, after giving a little thought there, I think my favorite thing about seeing lives and other stuff is not necessarily that someone's done some planned content. I like it when someone is taking joy or has a passion for what they are doing live, because this is a different medium of expression. It's a different opportunity to do something. And for you, for me, we're going to describe that differently. We're going to act on that differently. And when people are able to have those moments of vulnerability when they're live, to have fun and express themselves and connect with other people, when I see someone's eyes light up and they're just so excited about what they're doing and that they're passionate about it, like those are the best moments. That's capturing lightning in a bottle right there. Like you can't pay someone for that. You can't just make it happen. Like that's a true thing that comes together.
For sure. That's awesome. Guys, if you're just tuning in, this is Kickback with ohhey. I'm ohhey. This is our first special guest, Chris Casper. And also, Jilly Baby has a show featured Verified Entanglement. Please plug it in the comments. That would be awesome. So what tips do you have for streamers to have a successful stream?
Yeah. Well, the first thing is would you want to watch what you're doing? And I don't mean by that you have to like yourself, because I have trouble even liking myself. But what you're doing at this moment, does it warrant someone's attention? Right. And that's a good indication to know if you should be doing it live or not. Because if you don't have your own attention with the screen, how can you expect someone else to? It's kind of like, how can you expect someone to respect you if you don't respect yourself? Or, that kind of, all right, you got to love yourself first, that kind of deal. So I know that not everyone has the innate chatterbox. Like not everyone can just like spin off and start talking. And that's okay, because that doesn't mean that live isn't for you. It just means that you're going to approach it differently. You're going to be a different slice of the pie. And that's okay, because that's what helps people to be successful, that there's individuality in ways that they get to be different. So I would say if someone wants to be successful with streaming, first, they need to understand what it is they're going live for and how they define success. Because success for you may look differently than for me. Maybe your goal when you go live is that you just want to have someone to talk with. And if you accomplish that, and in your chat, you now have one viewer, and that one viewer is communicating with you, you've accomplished that goal. But if you find that you're not satisfied with that, then you need to have an honest conversation with yourself and reflect and say, what is it actually that I want? Because now that I have one, my stream's dead though. Only one person wants to talk. So I will ramble on about this forever. So I'm going to cut myself off.
It's a very low question.
But I think number one is, how are you defining success, and are you being honest with yourself about it? Because if it deals with monetary, that's a different conversation. If it deals with trending and promotion, that's a different conversation. If it's a bad, it's a different conversation. But anyway, woof, I'm gonna just.
And what you were saying about people like that aren't the greatest with talking to people, I've seen so many that have like went from being super, super shy to just growing from being on a platform like this. You know what I mean? It's really cool. Um, that's awesome. What would you say is your favorite like feature of the app? Like do you like the battles? Do you like the guest box, the date box? What's your favorite?
I would say my favorite feature of the app is the live button. to be able to hit go live, right? Now, my favorite feature is either going to be the guest box or versus. Because they offer you the opportunity to connect with people in real time over conversation, and that's really cool.
Right. Dude, the multi-box, did you think of that?
So fun story, multi-box and the featured frame were the first proposals that I wrote when I started. So that and it's not to say that it wasn't on the docket. It wasn't something that they weren't considering. I'm not going to take credit for it. I didn't make it, but I did write the proposals for them. And I've made other proposals. Some have made it through, some have not. But it's not my job to come up here and be like, hey, look what I did. Just like I wouldn't actually be in the position I'm in if I did that. So, but yeah, no, it was one of the first things that I looked at, and to be honest, even if I weren't here, I'm sure it would eventually came.
Right. That's so cool. Also, guys, just remember, because I remember when I first like started communicating with you, about the show, I was so nervous and everything. Yes, you are an extremely important person on this app and for this app, because listen.
Don't do that.
No, I'm just saying, like you're a person, you're a cool dude, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know you like Magic the Gathering. I like geeked out when you said that. Sorry for telling people that.
No, I'm a super huge Magic the Gathering fan. I was actually just in Linka's box because I was giving her some confetti for getting her badge, and I got my mail, and I got a Pokemon card in the mail today that I had ordered, and I was like super stoked for it. So I was like, yeah, check this out.
That's awesome.
I'll show you.
I gave my Pokemon cards away to my friend's little brother, and he sold them. So
we don't like that.
No. So if you guys are just tuning in, this is Kickback with Ohhey. Chris Casper is our first special guest. Please hit him with that favorite if you haven't already. Who or what inspires you most in life?
I would say something cheesy like my mom or my dad, which is true. My family does inspire me, but what inspires me is finding out my limits. Like I approach a lot of life like this, and it's that if someone else did something, there was a process that got them there, and it might be uncommon, but what was it? And I believe that luck is created. I think the more opportunities you take to create luck, it'll happen. For some people, it only takes one opportunity. For some people, it takes 2,000, 10,000. It depends on when you give up along the way, or if you do or don't give up. And so I invest myself into a lot of different things, but I think what inspires me is that feeling of self-actualization, of reaching those milestones and accomplishment. And I think the great part of it is I don't hang on other people's approval or other people's perception of what I'm doing to justify whether I want to pursue it or not. So, and that's the difference is when your motivation is the approval or celebration or notoriety of other people because of what you've done, that's not enough to keep you motivated to do it. Like you have to truly chase after something because it's the thing that you want to do. And so I'd say that's what motivates me and that's what inspires me.
That's awesome. Dude, it's been so great. I'm sorry, I call people dude way too often.
Call me dude.
It has been great.
We're dudes in the box.
Asking you to be on here, and I appreciate it. Guys, make sure you favorite Chris Casper, and don't forget to catch the rundown and suit it up.
I appreciate you for having me on the show today. It was fun talking with you.
Make sure you hang around because I'm playing your favorite song, and if you leave, I'll be very sad.
If you play Creep, I will end your live stream. Just messing with you.
You have to hear my reason. And if you need it, just tell me.
No, I'm messing with you. Thanks for having me on the show. I will have to be around here to see what happens. All right, cheers. Bye.
Make sure you guys favorite Chris. Who's having an awesome time? Put an emoji in the comments if you are. All right, so we've come. Wow, it's so cute. A little snowman. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Wow. I haven't seen one of those. Thank you. Thanks, Chris. Cool. Okay, so we reached the time in the show, which is Kickback with Ohhey, and I am Ohhey. Every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, we have a special guest who showcases a talent or a passion, and we just have a cool, relaxed time that we're kicking back. You know what I mean? So, intermission. That's me. That's my part of the show. I'm just thinking about playing the songs, and I'm a little nervous because Chris hates this song. So I am a music coordinator at an agency that supports developmentally disabled people. I'm totally playing it. And I stream in my regular weekly stream. I play music. So I like to, play a little song and show you guys my special talent. So I'm gonna do this song. It's so different playing the 4-string uke than the 8-string. When you were here before, come look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You flow like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. I can't play it. I can't do it. Hold on. We're going to do a different one. I'm a creep. I'm a window. It's such a good song. All right, let's pick something else. All right, I'm gonna pick one of my head bouncer's favorite songs. He hates that song. I don't know, but you know why? Because everyone sings it. Oh, it's like people asking for Oasis. I don't know my name. I don't play by the rules of the game. You say I'm just trying. So I heard you are my sister's friend. You get along quite nicely. You ask me why I cut my hair and changed myself completely. I don't know my name. I don't play by the rules of the game. You say I'm just trying. I went from blending popular to joining the marching band. I made the closest friends I'll ever have in my lifetime. I'm lost and I'm trying to get found in an ocean of people. Please don't ask me any questions. There won't be a valid answer. I'll just say that I don't know my name. I don't play by the rules of the game. You say I'm just trying. I now know my name. I don't play by the rules of the game. So you say I'm not trying. But I'm trying. I now know my name. I don't play by the rules of the game. So you say I'm not trying. I'm trying to find my way. So much better than Creep. Perfect timing. If you guys are just tuning in, we are reaching the second half of the show. Kick back with Ohhey, which, thank you, our first special guest was Chris Casper. Please hit him with that favorite. Don't miss the showdown, the rundown, and suited up, hosted by Chris Casper. Yeah. So I hope everyone's having a great time so far. I know that I am. Our next special guest is someone that I met at another featured show called the Music Box Showcase, which I'm pretty sure they'll be coming back at the end of February. Hosted by Kenny and Steve T. Awesome, awesome two dudes. But anyway, so our next special guest I met at the showcase, Music Box Showcase, and the first time she sang, like, my brain exploded and my heart just burst out of my chest. And I know she's probably laughing right now hearing me say that. But not only is she an amazing musician, but she's just an awesome lady. And an awesome gal. For you guys to hear more about her, introducing Siren.
You're right, though. I was, I was laughing. Like, everybody, I miss everybody so much. I haven't been streaming for a while. I've just been getting my life together, you know. But you know, I was busy falling in love, and I have a great life right now, and everything's amazing, and I couldn't be happier. But yeah, it's been great. I love everybody on this app. Everybody's been amazing. Chris Casper, I never see him. Like I never get to meet him. You know, he like comes in and he leaves. So I don't think he's ever seen me perform. But yes, Little Frankie Jr. Love you. The baby's so cute. I just wanted to say that I miss you guys so much, and thank you for having me.
Hopefully on, you'll start streaming a little more after this, So how long have you been on the app for?
I'm gonna say it's about to be 2 years in the summer.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's like a long time. Like I didn't even realize how long it's been. But yeah, it's been a while. Like, I've just been streaming, doing things. That's been great.
What's your favorite part about streaming?
I'm gonna say that it's just, it's meeting all the interesting people. Like there's so many good people that I didn't know that I was gonna meet when I came onto the app. Because when I came onto the app, it was like, oh, I'm single. Let me just download this app, right? And then I was like, wait, what's this? And I started going into people's live streams and meeting such amazing people. And I had I went into the Music Box Showcase before they were featured. And that's when I met you. And they were really small when, when I came in. And they were so great, and they introduced me to all these other musicians, including you and Lil Frankie Jr. and Poet and all these people. And it was just so like eye-opening. You know what I mean? It was eye-opening to meet such amazing talent.
Right.
That if it wasn't for this app, I would have never have met any of you or heard such amazing talent or seen it. And it's just been so incredible. I think that's my favorite thing. It's just getting to know so many cool people.
Definitely. No, for sure. So I like to do a little icebreaker. If you were stranded on a deserted island and you could only have three things with you other than your phone, what would they be? I feel like that question, I just went right into a random.
You said things, because I would have been like my favorite people, right? My friends and family. But that's not even, if I'm stranded alone, damn, that's like the first thing that comes into my mind is just like my pets and my and I need my family, friends, and my pets. But things I guess I would like have essentials, that to survive. Like, those that straw that like
a water purifier.
Yes. those straws, I would have an igniter,
Hmm.
and a machete, I guess.
I like that. Siren, I like those choices. I'm a big Discovery Center person. Discovery Center, Discovery Channel person. I would choose a water purifier, a knife, and
Igniter.
yes, thank you. I'll take a wrap, someone said. Oh man, if you
Well, I
guys
mean, you can make one, with those things. So it's,
that's true. If you guys in the comments put what 3 things you would bring to a deserted island.
I mean, I've watched a lot of Survivor and, was it Naked and Afraid?
I love that show. Especially the double XL. It's wild. It's like 40 days or something or 60 days. I don't know. It's the best. It's the best. So as I said in the intro for you, you are an amazing vocalist. When do you remember when you started singing?
Yes, I know the exact time. I literally just started middle school,
Mm,
and I didn't know that I had any talent at all. I have many talents that I discovered in middle school, and one of them was singing. And they put me in the chorus. It was like one of those classes, and the teacher heard me amongst everyone, and she brings me up to the front of the class, and she was like, "Sing," and I totally messed it up. Like, I was just very scared, and I choked bad. And then I sit back down. She's like, go sit down, right? And then again, I start singing regular, and then she's like, "No, come back here, come back. Like, you can sing, you're just shy." So she put me, and then I actually sang for the second time, and everybody in the class just stared at me like, what the hell what just happened?
right, right.
And for someone that doesn't know that they have a talent, to have other people react that way, it was like, it was just like what did I do?
Right.
To me, it comes so naturally when it comes to a lot of things, that it's like, to me, it's like, well, don't you know how to do this? This is easy. So I started singing then, and they put me into music school. Like, they gave me a scholarship for that, and I went to music school after that, and I became a music major, and I had solos, and I was in the All City High School chorus of New York City. And yeah, and I traveled, and I did a bunch of stuff. So I've been singing since I was 12.
That's so cool. It's
I'm
so cool.
36 now. For those of you that don't need to click on my name, I'm 36. I'm old. I'm really old.
Stop. Oh my God. You guys are just tuning in. This is Kickback with Ohhey. I'm Ohhey, and Siren is our second special guest of the evening. Okay, so excuse me, what is your favorite genre to sing?
um, just like Chris said, like, I'm one of those that love all music. Well, whatever, cliche. But
No, it's true though. I like all music except for screamo.
but I feel really passionate when I sing soul,
Hmm.
more than anything. I like putting a little bit of my own twang and my own thing, and I just feel the music more intensely when I sing soul music, or anything that has a lot of passion.
Mhm.
So it's my favorite. But I sing all types of music. So
That's awesome. Well, we'd love to hear something.
okay, would you want to hear it now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna sing "Crazy" by Gnarls Barkley. It's one of my favorite.
Mine too. I love it.
It's one of my favorite songs. I'm like really trying to stay warm right now. It's cold right now.
Oh gosh, it is so cold in New York, everyone. It is
Yeah,
9 degrees, at least by me. It might be a tiny bit warmer by you.
yeah. No, I'm in Staten Island right now at my boyfriend's house. So it's just, I'm freezing, but I'm good. I'm good. I'll be fine. All right. So here we go, guys. Let me just get this ready.
Guys, make sure you hit siren with that fave. And if you're just tuning in, this is Kickback with ohhey. Every Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern. Special guest showcasing talents and passions. Here's siren. Or whichever, you know.
Okay. I remember when I lost my mind. Oh, there was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo in so much space. And when you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Yeah. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Yeah. Possibly. And I hope that you are having the time of your life. But think twice. That's my only advice. Ooh. Come on now, who do you think you are? Ha! Bless your soul. You really think you're in control? Oh, well, I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. Yeah, I think you're crazy. Just like me. My heroes have the heart to lose their lives on a limb. And don't I remember thinking I want to be like them. Oh, ever since I was little, it looked like fun. And it's no coincidence how come. And I can die when I'm done. Oh, maybe I'm crazy. Yeah. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe we're crazy. Yeah. Probably. Ooh.
Yes. Oh, I love that rendition. That was amazing. Guys, make sure you hit siren with that favorite. I almost said siren with that flame for some reason. She's our second special guest of the evening on Kickback with your host, me, oh hey, every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. That was so great. I love that song. Such a good song.
Thank you. Hey, Magician Bob. Listen, thank you for all the gifts. I just needed to say thank you, guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
Yes. Send her the love. Don't forget to favorite her. That was awesome. So, do you play any other instruments?
No, not yet. My boyfriend got me a guitar. He knows that I always wanted to play the guitar.
Is that like the one instrument you would love to learn how to play?
That is. It's one when I was a kid, I played the piano for a bit. I never got into it as much as everybody else wanted me to.
Right.
But my mom always said I had like the fingers, you know? She's like,
Mhm.
oh, your hands, they're like pianist hands, you know? And and I think the guitar is just so romantic, you know? And the ukulele because they go hand in hand, you know? You know what it is? It's playful. The ukulele's playful
Mhm.
as opposed to the guitar is just so romantic, the acoustic guitar. And it's something that I'm hoping to get into once because I'm trying to move to Florida. As
Mm.
soon as as soon as I can get situated, I would like to go and have my own place and have my own times. You know, just learn. Don't Florida's cat.
No, that was awesome. I always recommend to people, because well, I went to school for music. I minored in guitar. Um, a lot of people use YouTube, and I always recommend to use books, like old style lesson books, because then you learn the fingerings on
You
your
know
own.
what's funny? I have.
Yeah, that's
I,
good.
I have some. My
Yeah.
my teacher in music school was like, if you're gonna learn to play any, here's some guitar lesson books, and she like gave me a bunch, and I just never. I still have them,
Right.
and I never used them, but
That's all.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, for sure. Guitar. I love the guitar. That's a good choice. Um, oh, especially, have you guys ever heard classical guitar? Oh God, incredible. They use it a lot in Latin music, but also there's like regular
The
classical guitar.
Spanish, the people from Spain. Oh,
Oh, I love it. Sorry. Okay, so if you could perform acoustically anywhere, do you have like a place in mind that you would?
yes. The Hollywood Bowl. It is, yeah.
Ooh.
It is one of the biggest, most famous places, venues to sing, and so many famous, amazing people have performed there. Elton John, Judy Garland, Black Sabbath. You know,
That's
the Beatles. The Beatles. It's like it's such an amazing, and it's like it looks like a big shell, and it projects all the sounds so amazing out there into the audience for everybody to hear. It's just the way that they made it. It just takes sound so well that I'm sure it would carry out.
yeah, for blocks and blocks and blocks. That would be so cool. I just got the chills from hearing that for some reason. um, that's so cool. If you could open a show for anyone, who would it be?
Oh, man, there's so many artists that I'm really into old school artists more than anything.
Mhm.
Like one of the things I listen to is like oldies, and I listen to like classic soul and stuff. So one person that's still alive that I would love to open for is Stevie Wonder.
Ooh.
Stevie Wonder. I mean, if the person isn't alive, I would have said Michael Jackson. Because I love me some Michael. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
But yeah, Stevie Wonder most definitely. He's like one of my favorite artists to cover.
So talented for sure. Um, if there has there like have you been to any concerts? If you have, which was your favorite?
I've been to a few. I've been to a few. Um, there was one in Central Park. I believe it was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, before COVID. It was right before COVID. 2019. There you go, 2019. It was for my birthday. My friends got me a ticket, and it was in Central Park. I forgot the name of the concert, but Queen was there. And Adam Lambert was filling in for Freddie Mercury,
Oh my.
and it was by far one of the best concerts because so many people came and they sang and they were all great, but it was like the showcase to watch was
Yeah.
Queen.
I'm sure the
And
vibes and everything, right? Like everyone was, oh, that's so cool.
it was just so amazing. The atmosphere was electric, to say the least. Electric, because he did it so well. And it was just so amazing. I absolutely loved it. It was by far my favorite band to see play.
Yeah.
But my favorite experience would be at Radio City Music Hall with my mother. I got to let her. I bought her a ticket because she was, she had cancer, and and it was probably the last time she would be able to see this performer. His name is Roberto Carlos. He's a famous performer, Spanish, Portuguese, Brazilian. He is so amazing, and anybody who knows him is just like like his music is so famous and it's old school. And my mom, I think the best time I had was with my mom watching him.
That's so awesome. Um, I think everyone would love to hear another song. If you guys want to hear another song, put a one in the comments.
All right, so I'm gonna sing a song in Spanish. People have heard it before, but this is my rendition of it, and it's the way I sing it. And oops, sorry, that's the dryer. Hey, Feroz. Hi. So I'm gonna sing "Bésame Mucho."
Oh, that's my favorite. I cannot wait.
All right, here we go. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo el miedo perderte, perderte después. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo el miedo a perderte, perderte después. Quiero tenerte muy cerca, mirarme en tus ojos y estar junto a ti. Piensa que tal vez mañana estaré muy lejos de aquí. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo el miedo a perderte, perderte después. Quiero tenerte muy cerca, mirarme en tus ojos y estar junto a ti. Piensa que tal vez mañana estaré muy lejos de aquí. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo el miedo a perderte, perderte después.
Absolutely. That was so beautiful. Ugh. Guys, besame mucho means kiss me much. Very. Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
If you're just tuning in, this is Kickback with Oh Hey. Siren is our second special guest of the evening. Please hit her with that favorite. Oh, I have a funny story for you.
What's that?
Okay, so in college, I was in Latin ensemble. I played the Barry sax in Latin ensemble. And I was like, Dr. B, you got to let me sing this song. And he was like, no, we need you on sax. And I was like, please, like, it's such a beautiful song. Let me sing it. No, we have to have you on sax, but I'll give you an egg shaker, because I was always asking to play the shakers, but he would never let me sing it. Frankie has a question for you. So after I ask you this question, actually, we'll let her ask her question, which I don't think she knows my question. I do? What's the question? Do you know it? Oh my gosh, come on. Do you... She said, where are my patilios?
I think she means patelitos.
Anyways, now that the show's been stopped, Frankie. Thank you for your question.
At least I knew what she meant. At least I knew what she meant.
I said patilios, but patalitos.
Pastelitos, yeah, but Puerto Rican accent.
So do you have any passions other than music?
I'm an artist. I like to draw. I like to sketch, paint, sculpt, anything creative. I'm pretty much good at it. That's like my thing. But I also groom dogs now, and I'm not gonna lie, I love it. I love it a lot, and it made me aware of more things when it comes to pet care. A lot of people, they don't bring their dogs in for a long time, and they get really bad, like matted, like if they have long hair and their nails grow really long and they'll curl over. And it's just like, a lot of people got to keep that into consideration. Like, it's, my boyfriend says it all the time. He was like, imagine someone with cornrows and you're trying to like comb it out.
Right.
It hurts. And a lot of those, dogs and take a dog and transform them and make them feel okay and not so scared all the time when you're getting groomed. But yeah, just make sure you guys take care of your pets, brush their hair, brush their teeth, cut their nails.
Don't just get pet because they're so cute.
Right. Like people get pets, oh, they're so cute, but you have to maintain them. You got to take care of them.
Definitely.
And that's all I have to say about that.
And how can our viewers find a dog groomer if they need?
Honestly, you really have to look at places that will have grooming, boarding places, veterinary offices, Petco, PetSmart. I mean, there's so many places you can go. You know, it's not just, you know, let me just find wherever. It's there's places you can find. It's so easy to find a groomer or someone to, you know, handle your pet. You know, it's just so easy. It's not that hard. People make it seem hard, but it's not. You
Right.
know, you have to make it a part of a priority for you. If you're gonna have a pet, you know, I'm gonna get my, you know what I mean? A lot of people choose their nails. It's not fair to the dog. It's not.
For sure. So, do we have any questions from the viewers for Siren? Respectful questions, nothing inappropriate. Any questions? Okay. If I have a question for you, other than the guitar, what's one instrument you would love to learn?
I gotta think about that. The violin.
Really? That's an interesting choice.
Only because my mother and I, when I was little, she'd take me to Lincoln Center and she'd take me to like ballets and you know, that's all instrumental for the most part, you know, and it's just like you listen to the violin is just so prominent, you know, when you hear it. It's just so sweet and it just gives you chills depending who's playing it. It's just honestly, it's one of the most beautiful sounds that could ever come from an instrument.
Right.
If I could do that,
Right. Oh, Siren, I'm so glad you could be a special guest tonight. I hope that we get to see you more often.
yeah. I'm definitely like every once in a while you'll see me pop up and you'll be like, what where have you been? You know, but I'm still around, I promise. You know, I just have a lot going on, but I'm still here. I haven't disappeared.
Right. Make sure you guys favorite her right now, because the show is coming to an end. Siren, I shall see you soon. Thank you so
No,
much.
thank
It was
you.
so great having you. I miss you.
Thank you for having me. I love you all. I miss you all. You guys are amazing. If Chris Casper is listening somewhere, thank you so much for listening to me. I saw that you were listening.
Oh yeah, he listened for sure.
Thank you so much. Little Frankie, I miss you. I love you. Everybody who I know, Yo Bean, everybody that I know, I love you guys so much. You guys take care. Have an amazing stream. Bye.
Bye. Ah, isn't she awesome? Amazing as always. Absolutely. For sure. If you guys are just tuning in, it's the end of the show. But next Friday, I'll be back at 6 p.m. Eastern. Who do we have next Friday? I have to look at my calendar. Next Friday, we have Magician Bob, who is actually live right now because we ran over a little. He's a magician and he's our special guest next week. And then right after my show, I'm going to be a special guest on his show. Isn't that awesome how it works out? Anywho, if you or someone you know would like to be a special guest, please message me on Instagram at ohhey_meet me. We can, set something up, special talent or passion, or if there's just something that like you love to tell people about. What else? Thank you to the bouncers for holding down the fort, all that. And thank you to the viewers. Without the viewers, when we have a show, you know what I mean? All right, I'm going to stop rambling. I do this every Friday night after when the show's supposed to end.